Good morning. Welcome to our 7-day meditation support class. I am coming to you from a different location this morning. I am traveling, so we can meditate from anywhere, depending, as long as we have an internet connection, we can tune into a guided practice, or you can use a guided practice on your phone or something that you have downloaded. Really important to remind ourselves to always make time to sit and be with ourselves no matter where we are. And or who we're with, if we can carve out 5 to 10 to 15 minutes a day to sit with ourselves and cultivate our practice. This is so beneficial to our well-being. So I hope you are enjoying the class so far. We have been exploring mindfulness and Vipassana meditation styles. We have been using our meditation practice to go deeper within ourselves, to practice dissolving fear, pain, emotional anguish, emotional stress, mental anguish. Yesterday we did an inner child healing practice as well. So if you hadn't had a chance to join us so far, you can go back and watch those videos that are posted on the channel. I like to use meditation to help regulate the nervous system and process difficult emotions and go deeper within ourselves. And yesterday I mentioned that today we would keep it a bit lighter. We're going to talk about energy systems and how to balance our chakras. So, you've heard me say so far in this class that we are energy, right? That's what we are. And so our energy fluctuates, just like as we inhale and exhale, our cells will expand or contract. And so when we're managing our energy, it's very important to develop this subtle awareness of how we're feeling. How we're feeling manifests the results of our lives. You've already heard me say how the subconscious mind is responsible for 90% of what we're creating in life. And so when we're developing this subtle awareness, which is one of the main principles of meditation, we can become more aware, more tuned into our energy. So how we are feeling, how we are vibrating, as we say, and this is so important, right? It's because as we move through life, we might get triggered, we might experience a reaction, we might feel afraid or scared or frustrated or experience a wide range of emotions, and so this affects our energy field. Okay, it affects our ability to be present, our ability to make good choices, our ability to hear our own inner knowing, our own inner guidance. It will affect our ability to ultimately create the results that we want, right? And so, as you've heard me say before, in order to manifest, we must be in joy. We must be able to be in an open-hearted, receiving, positive, trusting state. So how do we ensure that we can create this positive vibrational experience for ourselves? Is we have to pay attention to our energy, and meditation is a wonderful tool that will enable us to do that. Paying attention to our energy means, again, being aware of our subtle emotional experience. It means being aware of our thoughts. Thoughts have vibration, just like words have vibration. So being aware of your language, being aware of how you use language, how you talk about yourself, what you declare about yourself. I am this or I am that. What you declare about other people, other situations. Good morning, Marlon. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. And so, it's just important to know that energy is in everything that we do. And so some of the energetic anchors that I like to use, and anchors is a term I use for things that help bring things that help stabilize my energy. Okay, so for example, you could use essential oils. Essential oils will perhaps open up a certain part of the brain or a certain aspect of your felt experience. It might even trigger a memory, a positive memory. Scents are very powerful as far as shifting our energy. Okay, so if you, for example, I really like rose oil. Rose oil holds the vibration of unconditional love. And when you smell it, it creates a certain experience, right? An energetic experience throughout the body. There might be certain smells that you feel more drawn to. So I invite you to experiment with those. Perhaps eucalyptus is more your thing, or lavender is more your thing. So energetic anchors are great, and they're wonderful tools to use with meditation as well. So there are different things that we can bring into our meditation practice that will allow us to go deeper within ourselves and to feel into our energy and enhance our energetic experience, raise our vibration, as we say. You can use essential oils on your wrists. Before you meditate, you can just smell them. Um, Incense is a good energetic anchor. Again, scents, things that bring a certain vibrational quality to the space. And so, as we're creating your own unique practice this week, try to take some of the things that I'm suggesting, and make this ritual for yourself, right? So perhaps it's a little bit of the mindfulness style or the Vipassana style. Perhaps you're going to bring in some of the affirmations that I'm guiding you with. And now perhaps you'll like to introduce some energetic anchors. Other ones are sound, right? So we've explored sense and textures, and sound can be meditation music. It can be nature sounds. It can be, mantras, as we've talked about before, listening to mantras, even just listening to a guided experience is an energetic anchor. As someone, for example, me, is guiding you in a meditation, that is an energetic anchor, because the sound of my voice and the vibration that I bring to the meditation is anchoring you in a certain energy and a certain vibration that is being cultivated within you as you practice. So, pick your favorite music, gentle music, or your favorite guided practice, and listening to that will help you create an energetic anchor. Sometimes, as we've talked about triggers and, being in reaction and so on, the most responsible thing we can do in those moments is take deep diaphragmatic breaths, right? So we can slow down the central nervous system. And, sometimes it's just about changing the energy, right? Like just getting into a different energy field. Again, listening to music, talking to a friend, taking deep breaths, drinking a glass of water, even sometimes just like watching a funny movie or listening to something funny, can shift the energy. And this is such a perfect example of how consciousness works, right? Because nothing is permanent. And in a second, you can completely shift your energy. So there just has to be an awareness of what you're feeling and a willingness to shift into a more positive vibrational space. And so this is what we are becoming aware of as we develop our meditation practice. And you'll see by the end of this class that meditation is less about, taking the time to do a specific thing every day, and more about, hopefully over time, it evolves into more about living a contemplative lifestyle, where we're always sort of subtly tuned into how we're feeling, what's coming up for us when we're experiencing tension or pain or discomfort. What is my energy telling me? What information is my energy giving me? Do I need to sit and give myself loving kindness and compassion? Or do I need to be in quiet introspection or say some positive affirmations? We want to become more and more aware of our needs so that we can meet our needs. And meditation is a wonderful tool to be able to start meeting our own needs, so that we can feel content, we can feel fulfilled, we can start to feel safe in our bodies. So, as I was explaining today, we're going to talk about more about, going into the chakra system. And so the meditation today, we're going to, as I mentioned yesterday, we're going to keep it a bit lighter, do something a bit different. The chakra system is based in Hinduism, and it's very mainstream these days. Where it's very common, very popular to talk about the chakras and what they represent. And so they're basically energy wheels or circles within our system. And there's 7 of them, and they start with the root and they end at the crown. And I'll guide you through them in the meditation. And it is believed that these chakra systems, each one represents a certain area of the body, or organs of the body. And they also represent beliefs, experiences. When the chakras are out of balance, when this particular organ or area is out of balance, then it can show up in our lives, right? It affects our life. For example, the root chakra represents our ability to feel safe and grounded in the world, and literally rooted in our own identity and our own selves and our own body. And when this chakra is out of balance, it can be overactive or underactive. Then we can see, the underactive would mean I'm insecure, I'm doubtful, or I feel lost, or I feel disconnected, and I don't know my place. And the confident, overactive can be perhaps arrogant or inauthentic or, forceful, trying too hard. Both of these are out of balance, right? And so this can be reflected in the ego as well. The ego can be scared and insecure and afraid and doubtful, just like the ego can be overly confident and arrogant and dismissing of new information, of being teachable, right? So again, these are the all of these philosophies are connected, and the main principles, as I've mentioned before, that really is the thread in all meditation practices is awareness, non-judgment, and equanimity. So how are we going to practice awareness? As I've just described it, we're going to be aware of our energy today and really balancing out the chakra system. How are we going to develop non-judgment? Is just by learning to be with what's there and allowing it to inform us, and bringing in new energy as we balance out the chakra system. And then equanimity is just learning to be with the experience as it is, right? So developing peace in each of these systems, in each of these areas of the chakra systems, will allow us to have peace in each area that these chakra systems represent in our lives. Okay, so as I mentioned, the root as an example, having peace with who we are and where we are in the world, and feeling safe and feeling provided for, and rooted in our own identity, is very valuable. It's very valuable for the human experience, and it promotes health and wellness, and it gives way to balancing all the other chakras as well, because they work with each other, right? And in order to be a balanced individual, all of these systems need to be balanced. So if you have any questions about energetic anchors, I know it's a bit of a departure from what we talked about in the first few days, and I promised to introduce to you all the different styles. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to mention them in the chat, or you can always leave the comments on the video or message me directly. Okay, let's meditate. I invite you all now to close your eyes. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath. Good. If it's helpful, you can always have your hand on your belly, making sure to fill the belly up on the inhale. Good. Very gentle breathing. It can be in and out of your nose or the mouth, whatever feels more accessible to you, as long as you're breathing in and out of the diaphragm. We are training ourselves now to ground, to cultivate presence. Even just the diaphragmatic breathing alone allows us to invoke this meditative state. Closing our eyes brings the focus inward. We're already starting to feel more relaxed than we were a few minutes ago. Gentle reminder to leave the past and the future where they belong. Just be with me right now, giving yourself this gift of meditation, this gift of developing your own unique practice, and taking what serves you, of course, leaving the rest behind. Honor yourself in all things. Again, we're going to relax our muscles, starting with the crown. Relax the top of your head, the muscles in your forehead and eyebrows. Relax the muscles across your face and jaw. Relax the muscles in your neck and shoulders. Relax. Let your shoulders sink down a little. Relax the muscles in your upper back, lower back, abdomen. Keep your belly soft. Relax the muscles in your arms. Let your hands fall wherever they're most comfortable. Relax the muscles across your hips and upper legs. Relax the muscles in your lower legs all the way to your feet. If your feet are touching the ground, or perhaps you're just lying on a surface, just connect to the surface beneath you. Let me say a quiet affirmation here. I am safe and supported right here, right now. This is enough of a meditation. It's already sufficient. Going inward by closing our eyes and breathing diaphragmatically and scanning the body to make sure all the muscles are fully relaxed, feeling open, shifting into a soft, subtle, curious awareness of what our energy feels like. So important for our well-being. Now we're going to explore our chakra system with non-judgment. Again, always using awareness and non-judgment together, so this gives way to equanimity, to be able to be with whatever is. This helps bring us into balance. So I invite you to bring your attention to the base of your spine. This is the root chakra. And as you visualize the base of your spine, start to visualize this wheel, circle of energy moving clockwise. As you visualize this circle of energy moving clockwise, start to see the color red. We're going to bring in some red. This is the color of the root chakra. This is where I invite you to examine any areas in your life where you might not feel rooted, you might not feel grounded or safe. Perhaps there is some financial insecurity or some career indecision or instability, or perhaps there is a change in your household or moving, or perhaps there is a change in your direction or purpose in your life. Perhaps there is a need for a change. Maybe there's some pending question or fear in this area. So as we bring in the color red, we allow ourselves to bring in balance and insight and acceptance. Visualize this wheel as it moves clockwise, feeling more and more alive, more and more awake in your body. Perhaps it's prompting you to stand up straight, or just feel the energy up and down your spine. And we'll bring in an affirmation here to solidify balancing this area. I am always safe and provided for. This is the basis of life. Good. Just keep repeating that a few times out loud or silently to yourself. I am always safe and provided for. Good. Now bring your attention up a little bit, a few inches up into the sacral chakra. This is the reproductive area or the sexual organs. This is our creative center. Represents our sexual energy, creative energy, our ability to birth new ideas, to feel inspired, to bring new things into our lives. And as we focus on this sacral area, I invite you to visualize the color orange. See this wheel moving clockwise, bringing in the color orange. See if that shifts your energy ever so subtly, bringing it into balance. And start to examine some area of your life that might be struggling with creative energy, with creativity. Maybe you feel stuck or stagnant or indecisive or afraid to create something new. Perhaps there are some issues around your sexuality, shame and guilt. Just be willing to release all that no longer serves you. Breathe. We'll bring in an affirmation here. I trust my creative flow. It is safe for me to be fully self-expressed. Good. This balancing the chakra requires a lot of self-compassion and self-acceptance, willingness to embrace our own desires in any area of our life as sacred and beautiful expressions of who we are. Good. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath. Always staying in awareness and non-judgment and feeling that balance, feeling that equanimity as we bring in these affirmations. We're going to move up a little bit into the solar plexus, a few inches up in your body. This is around the gut area. And I want you to focus your attention here. The solar plexus holds a lot of information. It is the first mind. This is where our gut feeling comes through. We sense things, we know things in our solar plexus before we can process them in our minds. So it's very important to have this area balanced and centered. It's also an area where we tend to suppress a lot of our unspoken words, unspoken emotions, unresolved emotions. And here I invite you to visualize the color yellow. Visualize this beautiful wheel of energy spinning in the solar plexus, bringing in the color yellow. Taking a deep diaphragmatic breath. Good. And just notice if there's any area of your life where you're not listening to your gut. You're not trusting yourself. You're afraid to move forward or afraid to step into your intuition. If something feels off, it usually is. So we need to learn to trust ourselves, to trust the information that's coming through. And it's so much easier to gain clarity with our intuition and our gut feeling when we are processing our emotions on a regular basis. Right? So sit with whatever is there. Perhaps there's fear or frustration or anger or sadness. Again, be aware with non-judgment so we can develop equanimity here. We'll bring in an affirmation to anchor this energy. I'm willing to trust myself. I honor my feelings as valid. Good. Deep diaphragmatic breath. We're going to move up a few inches into the heart center. The heart chakra is in the middle of the chest. It's also in the back between the shoulder blades. So the heart chakra has 2 entry points according to the chakra system. So front heart and back heart. Visualize this beautiful wheel of energy spinning in this area and start to bring in the color green. Green is the color of the heart chakra. It brings in balance. It opens us up to giving and receiving love, love for ourselves and love for others, experiencing deep compassion and loving kindness for ourselves and others. This is an area where I invite you to examine where you might be lacking in self love and self acceptance, where you might be feeling judgmental towards yourself and others, where it might be difficult to receive love even from other people. So we'll bring in an affirmation here. I'm willing to give and receive love. I'm willing to experience profound, unconditional love for myself and others. Sometimes it's helpful to visualize that the love we give always flows back to us. It is always reflecting back to us in so many different ways. This is where we can embody love as a way of being. Good. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath. Moving up a few inches into our throat. Balancing the throat chakra, so important, especially in our time to speak our truth, to have this chakra clear, to use our words in nonviolent ways, to communicate compassionately, to advocate for our needs, to make ourselves known. Living in the truth brings us peace. Here, visualize the color dark blue. See this beautiful wheel spinning in the throat area, bringing in the dark blue, balancing out this chakra. And just observing if there's any area of your life where you're not saying what you need to say, where you're just withholding. Perhaps you're not fully self expressed. Perhaps there is a gift that you want to share with the world that you are holding back. We'll say an affirmation here to anchor this energy. I'm willing to honor my truth. I speak my words with kindness and compassion. I'm willing to stand up for myself. Good. Bring your attention up further into the third eye. This is the point between the eyebrows and the forehead. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath. This is our third eye, our ability to see beyond circumstances, to see with discernment, free of emotional charge, free of the veils of our wounds, the ability to see objectively, to see something as it is, to know it, to really trust ourselves that we know what we see. We know it in the moment before doubt sets in. And here I invite you to visualize the color purple and see this beautiful wheel of energy spinning as we bring in purple to balance our ability to know. Bring in an affirmation here just to anchor this energy. I'm willing to see things as they are. I know what I see when I see it. I trust my discernment. Good. Another deep diaphragmatic breath as we move into the final chakra, the crown. Moving to the top of your head. There are different interpretations of this crown. I like to bring in the color white with some gold. You're free to keep it all white or all gold, or perhaps silver is more a color that resonates for you. Start to visualize this energy wheel. The crown chakra is very sacred in the sense where it connects us to our spiritual cord, our spiritual connection, our connection to our higher selves, our connection to source, to the universe, to nature. Visualize this beautiful wheel as it spins clockwise, bringing in these colors, balancing out this chakra point, opening ourselves up to divine guidance, insights, feeling more deeply connected to the universe, to nature, to the world around us. Signs and signals and just little gentle nudges from spirit. Good. Bring in an affirmation here to anchor this energy. I am connected to my higher self. I am divinely guided and protected. Everything is always working out for me. I am always exactly where I'm supposed to be. Good. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath here. Just feel the beautiful energy that we've created here today in the chakra system. All these beautiful wheels spinning clockwise and this rainbow of colors feeding our system, our energy systems that represent our beliefs, our organs, and different areas of our lives. Holding this energy as we integrate it and allow it to uplift and open us up to new possibilities, new ways of being, new ways of operating, more grounded and solid and centered within ourselves. And so it is. Start to bring your attention back to your body. You can rub your arms or legs. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I kept you a few minutes longer today. Sometimes that happens with meditation. I hope this was helpful. I would love some feedback if you enjoyed the chakra balancing meditation. And if you have any questions for me as well, please, don't hesitate to ask. Tomorrow we will be doing a manifesting abundance meditation. We'll be invoking alpha wave brain state. So join us for that meditation. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. Have a beautiful day.